be an interesting one. Today it is the morning after the night before. It is taking the Mikel. It is John Obi Mikel. It is myself, Chris McCarty, and John's on that phone because it's fair to say that phone has been blowing up, John. We've got to say it to your Anne Hathaways, your Idris Elbas, your Pierce Morgans, your Robbie from AFTV, your Coogan Cassius from IFL TV. You know they're all watching or listening to this. I think they've been in your DMs as well, John.
I keep going, man. I keep going. I woke up to my phone and my phone was blowing up. And the messages. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Nah, not from Chelsea fans, but a lot of from Arsenal fans. But
did we say it? Did we congratulate them?
Fuck that. Why would I congratulate Arsenal for winning the Premier League? Fuck off.
Can I do it?
You can do it. Okay. I'm not doing it. No.
Because there's a lot of people.
A Chelsea fan, no way. We will forever congratulate Arsenal for winning the Premier League. But listen, I have to say though, they've won the Premier League. They deserve it. Fair play. I don't want to be. We shouldn't be bitter losers, in terms of when it comes to sports. If somebody has beaten you to it, you shake hands and you move on.
Yeah, fair play.
And for me, that's been the case. That's the case. They've done what they had to do. It doesn't matter how they won the Premier League. It doesn't matter whether they play well, whether they crawled into to the final line in terms of getting over the hurdle of winning the Premier League. Whichever way they got to that, They did it. Congratulate, shake hands, like Pep Guardiola said, shake hands and move on. And my only worry is to see us, Chelsea, where we are and seeing Arsenal tipping everybody in terms of going on to win the Premier League. This is where I want to see us. That's where I want to see us, Chelsea Football Club, get back to winning trophies, win the Premier League, and hopefully, we can do that.
Yeah, listen, fair. I knew there would be a bit of banter in there, but, you and I were talking off this pod, and I love it. Gracious as well.
But I don't congratulate, but I congratulate.
No, I know what you mean. You're gracious in the fact that...
gracious in defeat,
They got over the line, and you and I were talking off this pod. They lost the League Cup final to City. They go to the Etihad and lose, and everyone at that point, myself included, thought, I've tipped Arsenal at the start, but it's, again, this point of the season, they're not going to get over the finish line. Clean sheet against Newcastle 1-0. Clean sheet against Fulham 3-0. Clean sheet West Ham 1-0. They weren't convincing on Monday night, but a clean sheet in a win against Burnley. Fair play.
Fair play to them. I mean, listen, a lot of people, I watched the game, a little bit of the highlights against Burnley, and obviously, listen, everybody has their own, there's a lot of debates about, how the Premier League, how the decisions has gone their way over the seasons and everything. No red card for Arsenal this whole season, no penalty the whole season. Everybody was coming up with what they think and how they think Arsenal has gone on to win the Premier League. Fair enough. I mean, it's going to be a Premier League that's going to be debated for years, and the decisions that went their way. And people will debate this Premier League for years. I can assure you that, because when a vital decision has gone your way and that's probably what tipped you in terms of going on to win the Premier League. And we saw the red card again. Kai Havertz should have been a red card. I know everybody, even some of the Arsenal fans, has come out and say, okay, that is a definite red card. How he got away with it? Absolutely no idea. But again, that's what I'm saying.
Need a bit of luck.
When things go your way. And fair play to them. They've done it. They've mastered the art of going out to winning 1-0 and defend and soak up the pressure and just they're comfortable winning 1-0 and they're not playing pretty football. They're comfortable with that. They're fine with the way they were winning games. Fair enough. Like I said, shake hands and move on. But is this team built for trying to dominate the Premier League for years? I really don't think so, because you can get away with winning the Premier League the way you've done, maybe for one season, but I don't see them going on to doing this for many more years to come. So that's the one thing that I will say, that if they want to go on in terms of trying to dominate the Premier League now for years, obviously with a lot of uncertainty, with so many of the big teams, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea as well. So they are in the pole position in terms of going on to dominate this Premier League. But can they do it consistently, but not doing it the way they've done it this season? Again, fair play enough. They've won the Premier League. It doesn't matter how they won it. but they've won it.
Yeah, because you've been there. Your first Premier League title, John.
Yeah.
You know how difficult that is. It's interesting. A couple of points you make there. On one school of thought is they've got over this finishing line.
Yeah.
They can, a huge sigh
Sigh
of
relief,
relief.
yeah.
And that could actually unlock them.
The weight is off their
The
shoulders,
weight,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it happens when you eventually get over the line and the weight is off your shoulders and you feel a bit more relaxed. That might help you in terms of going on to dominate the Premier League, to dominate the league here in England. But it's tough as well, because like I said, a lot of uncertainty with the big teams. But again, they will be hurting as well. Looking at it, I saw the face of Pep Guardiola last night. Again, we don't know what his decision is going to be. Is he going to decide, I'm going to stay now that I've seen what's happened. I don't want to leave my team in this situation where, I saw the players hurting yesterday. I saw the fans hurting yesterday. I might decide, I'm going to stay for another couple of seasons. That's something we don't know about Pep Guardiola. We don't know what he's thinking or what he's going to say. So let's wait and see what he will finally say at the final game at Etihad. The fans are waiting. Everybody's waiting. Let's see what he says. But yes, Arsenal, they well deserve. It doesn't matter, again, I keep saying it. It doesn't matter how they win it. A lot of people might give them a lot of credit. A lot of people might not.
But they won it.
But they've won it. They've won it. They've won it. Fouls, corner kicks. And the crazy thing is that everybody now started the last two couple of weeks before the end of the Premier League. Everybody starts saying exactly what we're talking about here on the pod, in terms of the fouls, the way they were going on in terms of going on to win the Premier League. But it doesn't matter how you win the Premier League. If you're champions, you're champions. And they've deserved it. Mikel Arteta has built a squad that we've said they have the best squad in the Premier League right now. In the Premier League, they have the best in terms of depth.
Yeah.
And they've shown that. Sometimes, when the games are very, very tight, players come off the bench and get them the goal. The Kai Havertz is coming on, Martinelli and all this Madueke. And they have the best squad. And City will look at that and think, we have to do better. And Chelsea, we have to look at it and think we have to get back to winning ways. Now we've got a good manager, a decent manager, that I hope it works out well for him. And let's see how we rebuild and where we go from there.
We saw the scenes. I'm sure you probably would have turned off your television at this point. The Arsenal players congregating, celebrating, the relief. Again, I come back to you, John, because you've done it.
Yep.
You've lived it. What is the overriding emotion? If you go back to when you won your first one, is it joy? Is it relief? Can you remember how and the feelings that you went through when you won your first?
Oh, it's joy, isn't it? I mean, winning the Premier League. For me, as a kid growing up in Africa from Nigeria, my dream, watching the Premier League for many years, watching the likes of Kanu, Jojo Kocha, players who paved the way for me, in terms of wanting to play football. And to come to the Premier League is the one trophy you want to win. It's the one league where you want to play. And I was lucky enough to come here to the Premier League and to sign for the best club here in the Premier League. And when you go on to winning the Premier League, is just amazing. It's absolutely fantastic because
did you party?
This is the dream, isn't it? This is what you dream of as a kid. This is what you dream of. And to come from Africa, to come from Nigeria, and to be able to achieve that, and the joy, the happiness, the excitement, everything that went, the emotions that came with it was just absolutely fantastic. It's something that you can't buy, isn't it? Sometimes it takes a few days before to sink in, isn't it? It takes a few days to actually know, okay, you know what? I'm Premier League champion now. I've actually done it. And I think it will take a bit of time for these Arsenal players to realize what they've done, what the magnitude of what they've done. 22 years, 23 years,
22.
Wait for them to be able to now call themselves champions again, in England. So it's a massive, massive achievement for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. He's built a very, very good squad. And credit to the owners as well for not getting rid of him when they were in, a lot of the fans were doubting him if he's the right man. But the owners stuck by him. They backed him with a lot of money in terms of the transfer market. Whoever he wants, they gave him the money to go out there and get it. And now he's built a great, great squad. But the question of them dominating the Premier League for years, I don't see that because I think City will get better next season. It depends, again, if Pep Guardiola stays or goes. That is the question. We have to get better. Chelsea, we have to get better. We've got a good manager now. I think we have to strengthen in the summer. And we have to bounce back. We have to bounce back. So let's see what happens in the summer. I think also the summer with the World Cup as well, in terms of the transfers, and that might disrupt a lot of teams in terms of, players playing the World Cup. You don't know who you're going to get. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be a lot of things are going to change. A lot of dynamics is going to happen during the summer. So it's about whoever gets it right, though. Whoever gets it right in terms of transfer, in terms of who you bring in and who you're getting out of the door. So it's a huge summer for all the big teams, and I hope Chelsea will be there. I hope we can do some really, really good business, and I want to see us competing for the Premier League.
With BetWinner, every game is your chance to win. Trust your instinct. Place your bets. Feel the victory. Win with BetWinner.
Can you remember that first party, John? Was it a night out in central London, or was it round to JT's gaff?
Oh, no. Night out in central London, of course. I can't remember which club it was, but I think back then we used to celebrate a lot in China White, Movida. Probably must be one of those places we went to. No, but the party was crazy. Party was crazy. We stayed up till about 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. We had an after party. Everything was happening. Whatever happens stays indoors, and nobody knew about it. Listen, it was a lot of good times. My time at Chelsea, because we were so successful. We won a lot of trophies. For us, every year was kind of a celebration. And I'm sure these Arsenal players, they deserve a really, really good celebration. But bear in mind, they have a massive, massive game in the Champions League final. It depends on what they think is what they want to win. Is now the Premier League. That's it. We don't really care about the Champions League.
No.
But they have to, because I saw them partying last night. A lot of champagne, a lot of sometimes, that takes a couple of, maybe a week before it leaves your body and all that. I just thought there might be a little bit of discipline there yesterday, but you can also understand for 22, 23 years, they deserve to celebrate. But sometimes you have to be,
they'll put a lid on
yeah, exactly.
They'll put a lid on it. I'm sure it was a ruckus night. Of course, what is it today? Filming this podcast Wednesday, 10 days out from that Champions League. Crucially, though, they are Premier League champions. It takes the pressure off them from Crystal Palace on Sunday, and then they can look forward to the Champions League. Listen, I want to ask, because you've referenced it twice, the other big story from the week, and we will get to the appointment of Xabi Alonso, but is the news about Pep.
Yeah.
You're still not convinced, because, of course, you're right to be.
No.
Pep's not confirmed.
Nobody want to see Pep leave the Premier League.
Manchester City have not
Nobody want to see Pep leave the Premier League. It doesn't matter who you support. I mean, the guy has revolutionized the way we watch the game, the way we enjoy the game, the way the game is played. Every manager right now has taken a leaf off his book, the way they want their team to play. We enjoy watching the Premier League now. Maybe sometimes people want to see the long balls and all that. Yes, we do want to see that. But Pep has revolutionized the way we watch the game, the way we see the game, the way the coaches, the academies train the kids, the education of how the game should be played properly. It was Pep Guardiola, the impact that he's had in the game, not just in the Premier League, all around the world. Every manager right now has taken something out of Pep's. You look at all his assistant managers, where they've gone on to, and players that have played under him as well, where they've gone on. Now they've become managers, and they're playing the Pep way. Mikel Arteta, Enzo Maresca, Xabi, Luis Enrique. All these people are people who looked up to Pep. So the impact that he's had, I know there's been comparison between him and Sir Alex Ferguson. Listen, what Sir Alex Ferguson did for the Premier League is absolutely monumental. It's huge. I can't take that away from Sir Alex Ferguson. But when we talk about impact, the impact, and he's done it in a short space of time as well, 10 years. It took Sir Alex Ferguson a lot of years to be able to win the amount of trophies that he, I think, 13 Premier League titles.
13, and it took him 7 years to
exactly.
win.
But Pep has done it. He came in straight away. A lot of people were doubting, saying, no, you can't play this way. This is the Premier League. It's the toughest league in the world. You can't be successful this way. No. He said, no, watch me, I will be successful. It took him a year. The first year, okay. After that, we then saw the Pep Guardiola, the way he wanted his team to play. And he went on to play beautiful football. And he was successful with it. It doesn't matter how you try to stop him. He always found the way of winning trophies, of always trying to way of being successful. And he did that for a decade with this City side. So for me, it's about leaving the legacy that he's left. But for this City team as well, for a club that has been run so well, the owners, this is one of the best clubs that's been run properly in the world. I must say that. The way the club is run is absolutely fantastic. The owners here in Abu Dhabi, they're doing some fantastic job. And this is the club that will be and continue to be run properly. Sometimes it's about the replacement. Who comes in and who's going to fit with the system, who knows the club, who's going to fit with the system, who's going to continue the success, the legacy, the philosophy of how Pep Guardiola wants the team to play, the way the City fans has been spoiled for the past 10 years, how they enjoy their team playing football. Who is going to come in and who's going to do that? Sometimes it takes a bit of time. We've seen when Sir Alex Ferguson left Manchester United, it's taking them till today, they haven't found a replacement for Sir Alex Ferguson. Till today. And that's how many years ago?
13. And
what Pep Guardiola has done for this Manchester City side is going to be absolutely tough to find somebody who's going to come in. What I feel like is going to bounce around managers before they can be able to find that manager again that's going to be a Pep Guardiola, that's going to then change a little bit of the system and then take them forward. I don't think the manager is going to come in straight away is going to absolutely get it right. But there's been rumors it's going to be Enzo Maresca. He knows the place. He's worked with Pep. He's been there at City. He was there as academy coach. So he knows everything with the football club. The owners know him. The players know him. He might be the right fit. But we know Enzo Maresca is not Pep Guardiola. There's still difference there.
Yeah.
So I hope as a football fan, watching what I saw yesterday and seeing the hurt on his face and what he's seen, the hurt on his players' face, the fans screaming and shouting, give us one more year. I still believe
don't say it.
There is going to be a U-turn. I still believe that Pep Guardiola, nobody knows, like we've said, nobody absolutely knows what goes through his mind. He makes his own decision, and he's been lucky enough to be able to know, you know what? I make my own decision at this football club. I manage this football club. And if he turns around and say, you know what? I want to stay a couple of more years.
Oh, they would, yeah.
The owners are going to be, oh my God, this is music in our ears.
That'd be a terrible phone call to Enzo. Enzo, I'm so sorry to do this, pal. I know you've just got your house in Manchester, but I'm staying one more year.
I'm saying one more year or 2 more years because this is a team that he's built. Make no mistake about that. He's, again, achieving what he's achieved this season with a totally different, absolute new squad. Players that's coming, young players that's coming that he's brought in. Massive figure, legend players left the football club. And he's managed to bring these players and to bring them together in a short space of time. One season, and he's gone on to win 2 titles.
Yeah.
The League Cup and FA Cup. We all thought this is going to take me a bit of time because these players, they need time. You know how it is when you come to the Premier League. And to also buy into how Pep wants you to play because he's crazy about the game. You have to understand exactly how he wants it. So we all thought it's going to be very difficult for these young players to straight away understand how he wants them to play, the positioning, how he wants them to play, when to press, when not to press. All of this we thought was going to take them time, but for him to straight away achieve this in one season, to win 2 titles and to push Arsenal to the end of the Premier League is absolutely fantastic. So for me, it's just brilliant. I hope, again, like I said, as a football fan, as a Premier League fan, and somebody who loves watching the game play the right way, I just think that after last night, I think there was something there. You can see he's really disappointed. I think for me, I would like to see him win the Premier League before he bows out, because what he's done for the game, what he's achieved, is just absolutely fantastic.
I think he maybe has taken a call from Enzo this morning. Pep, just to be clear, you are still leaving, yes. Let's see. He said he needs to speak to his chairman, Khaldi Mubarak.
Yep.
Whether that's just...
He has a very good relationship with Carlo.
He's got an unbelievable relationship with
and the people in Abu Dhabi absolutely love him.
We see him in Abu Dhabi all the time. He's got an incredible relationship.
I think Pep will bow out when he wants to, because he has that. That's when I talk about people, players or managers have earned the right to call the shots. Pep has absolutely... If there's one manager in the world that's earned the right to say, you know what? I woke up today, I feel like I'm staying. Tomorrow I wake up... That's Pep Guardiola. That's absolutely Pep Guardiola. Whatever he decides, the owners, the board, the fans will absolutely back him. And he has earned the right to do that. And again, one thing City needs to be very, very careful about is this man has earned the right to Pick up a phone and call any player today in the world, and they will absolutely listen to what Pep Guardiola needs to say.
Yes.
In terms of attracting the players, that is absolutely going to impact City. I'm not saying the players are not going to come to Manchester City anymore, because the club, like I always say, nobody's bigger than the football club. Nobody's bigger than the football club. But in today's world, in today's football, you can see that a lot of players are dreaming, absolutely dreaming, of coming to play for City. Because they want to get into Pep Guardiola's head. They want to see what is in that head that's making him so crazy about football. They want to pick something out of his brain. A lot of players want to come and play for City, and it's because of Pep Guardiola.
Yes.
90%, 80% of it is because of Pep Guardiola.
It's not the food and it's not
It's
the
not
weather.
the food, it's not the weather.
No. Absolutely
It's about
not.
Pep Guardiola, because that's what I'm saying. So that is absolutely going to impact amount of players, or the players that are going to be thinking about coming to Manchester City right now. So City are going to be they have to be absolutely careful about that. So
here's a question for you, John. I think I know the answer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask it. There are 115 charges still hanging over Manchester City. We've got no inkling, we've got no understanding or idea as to when a ruling is going to come to pass on this. If City are found to be guilty of some, many, all, I think that's unlikely, but you know what I'm getting at. Will Pep's legacy be tainted at all in your opinion?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I don't agree with that. Because what he did on the pitch. What he won on the pitch. Whatever happened outside is not his control. Yeah. It's not his domain. That's not part of his. So that's the people who run the football club. That is absolutely people who run the football club. And by the way, when you talk about all these charges, right? A lot of clubs absolutely find a way. There's always a loophole in terms of how they get away. They find a way of getting away with all this. It's like somebody's like business entrepreneurs. They find a way of not paying taxes. They find the loopholes. And absolutely what these football clubs do, because they're all
on the limit.
Entrepreneurs. They are business people. They always find a way of not paying taxes. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I'm just saying that's the world we're living right now. You know what I mean? So it's what it is. So I don't know what the charges are. But absolutely not. I don't believe that's going to tend to what Pep Guardiola has achieved. Because for me, he is, I believe, the greatest manager that's ever coached in the Premier League. I believe that.
Better than Sir Alex.
Yes. In terms of impact, and how long it's taking him to be able to do that, and what he's still doing, the hunger, the desire to keep going, knowing that these young man is still coming, pushing him, and he's still there, trying to innovate the game year after year, week in, week out. He's trying to change things. He's thinking with his players, with his team, trying to evolve, trying to find a way of winning. That is a sign of a good manager. That is a sign of a great manager, a manager that always finds a way of winning games. Knowing that these absolutely young, hungry managers are coming after his title. They're coming after him. They're coming to dethrone him. But he's still there. And what is achieved with this City side? What is it? 6 Premier League titles in what? 20 titles in 10 years. 20 titles in 10 years. That is monumental. That is crazy.
He also has, I was doing the crunching the numbers as you do on all of this. He's got the best, no surprise, best winning percentage out of all the top managers in the Premier League. 70.9% of
the stats are there.
He's gone into, he's won. But in terms of longevity, I'm a Man United.
In terms of longevity, yes.
The way I would put it to you, John.
But if Pep decides to stay for another 10 years, you think he's not going to break Salah's record? He'll absolutely smash it. He will smash it. I bet you right now, if he stays for another 10 years, he'll get backed by the City side.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And if he gets backed by the City owners, and he brings in the players that he wants, that's going to strengthen this team, spends money in the summer, get a couple of more players in, he will absolutely dominate again because he's not far off. It's not like they've slid down the table. No, they finished second. They won 2 titles. So he's there. He's not far off. It's not miles of it. So that's what I'm saying. If he stays for another 5-10 years, he will absolutely break up Sir Alex Ferguson's record. There is no question about that. It took the guy 10 years to win 6 Premier League titles and 20 titles. That is absolutely crazy. I love Sir Alex Ferguson. We all respect. He is the Don. He is the Don. We know he's the godfather of managers in the Premier League. But you can't deny what Pep Guardiola has done.
No, you can't.
We love Sir Alex Ferguson. We can't deny. The stats are there. The stats can back it up. We cannot deny what this guy has done. He's changed the game. He came in and he said to himself, yes, this is the Premier League. I know that. But I am Pep Guardiola. I am going to change this league. And he did that.
And he did.
And he was successful. That is what you call a great manager.
I agree. To a point. I think the expression I would coin with this is, I still believe, my opinion doesn't matter, but Sir Alex Ferguson, in terms of what he won, the greatest. But Pep Guardiola, the best. Try and unwrap that if you can. Guardiola is, to your point, he's impacted the game like no one else. You look back in the Premier League era, Arsene Wenger, revolutionary at the time. Guardiola's taken that on infinitum. But 27 years in the job to win his first league title in 93, his last league title in 2013, his final season, 20-year spell, building 4 arguably phenomenal teams. I do take your point. If Pep was to stay another 10, 15 years, he'd maybe match that mark. But the fact is, he's not. He's leaving after 10 years.
The fact that City have got 10 years out of him, that's absolutely incredible. Because we all know that he doesn't stay for too long. I
thought he was staying 3.
Yeah, we all know that Pep does. But I just think he fell in love with the club. He fell in love with the owners, the project.
Yeah.
Manchester. And where he could be able to bring in players, and he could also call the shot on players when he sees, okay, you know what, I absolutely love you, but I think this is the time to move you on. He has the right to do that. He's earned the right to do that. So everything was given to him to do and be successful. So he absolutely took that and ran with it. So for me, for City to have been able to get 10 years out of him, that's absolutely fantastic. And you can see the fans don't want him to leave. Nobody wants him to leave. Because even for the Premier League, that Pep Guardiola has left the Premier League. When Klopp left, it's a big impact, though.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
It was a huge impact. And now Pep Guardiola is leaving.
Who's left?
Who's left? Like, I mean, you watching the Premier League and looking at all these managers in the touchline thinking, there is no Pep Guardiola. There is no. Not only that he changed the way the game is played, he absolutely changed the way the managers dress right now. Look at all the managers. Cargo pants, his boots, his, managers before they all used to wear suits and all. No, Pep not only revolutionized the way the game is played, he's also changed
what people are wearing.
What the managers dress, how the managers dress right now. Look at Vincent Kompany. The way he's dressing. You might think he's going to China White or Movida nightclub.
He's celebrating.
But that's coming from looking at and seeing what Pep has done.
Yeah.
It's not just about the game. He's changed everything.
Get back the suits on, that's what I say.
The suits are not even there anymore. You go to but I must say, the only one place I will still respect and still want to see every manager, when you step your foot on that stadium,
I know you're going to say
you have to put suits on. It's Wembley. Wembley final, have to.
Champions League final.
Wembley final, because that is a unique stadium. Absolutely unique stadium.
Suit, tie.
You have to respect the Wembley Stadium.
Yeah,
when you get to Wembley, put your suit on and make sure you dress absolutely
accordingly. Yeah, fair.
So Pep,
stay.
Maybe it's the last time you step your foot there, but next time you go there, please make sure you put your suit on.
Indeed. Right, I want to ask, because if Pep, and if he does leave, he leaves a vacuum. Enzo, you're a huge fan of. We're expecting him to come in. He's got big shoes to fill. But in terms of another manager that's coming into English football in the summer, let's get to the big announcement. It broke not long after we did our little watch along at the Emirates FA Cup final with the Chelsea Supporters Club here in Dubai. Xabi Alonso starts on July 1st. 4-year deal. The owners have listened to this pod. It's not head coach. It's what you wanted.
They are listening.
It's a manager. He's come in as a bit like Mikel Arteta, a bit like Pep. He's the main man. Xabi, are you happy?
First of all, I will have to say that yes. Glad to see that the owners, the sporting directors, the people that are in charge of the football club are absolutely watching and listening to the podcast, which is great to see. And also listening to the fans, who are the owners of the football club. And it's good to also see that they're willing to make changes. They're willing to listen. When it's not going right, they're willing to make changes. We've talked about it. Forget about these coaches. Coaches here, there, coaches. No. What we need and what we've always had was managers. A manager that can come in, who decides the players that I want, the players that I want out. That's what we've got now, a manager. So that title has been changed from coach to manager, which is a good news. I hope it's just not a word of words.
Yeah.
I hope it's not. Let's just put the title there, manager, and just trying to confuse everybody and think, okay, yeah, you want a manager, we'll give you a new manager. No. I hope they can follow through with it. The title comes with his responsibility, what he has to do. And the manager has his input on the players that comes in and goes out. That is the difference. And that's what Xabi Alonso is going to have. He's going to have his input. I hope it is a collective thing between the owners, the sporting directors, and the manager, who's going to be the guy that's going to bring the best out of these players. So he absolutely has the right to decide who comes in and who goes out. So that is one part of it. And I'm so glad, I'm happy that Xabi Alonso has come to the football club. I think he's a brilliant manager. I think he's a young, talented manager. We've seen what he did with Leverkusen, where they went unbeaten, and to break that jinx of Bayern Munich winning the league in the Bundesliga year in, year out. He managed to do that with his Bayern Leverkusen side. They play some absolutely fantastic football. He's a manager also, student of Pep Guardiola as well. The way he plays the game, the way he wants to dominate the game. He wants to play in the front foot, attacking play, pressing. And that's what we want. That's what we want to see, because we have the talent, we have the players, we have the potential to do that. And I hope Xabi Alonso can be able to bring that out of these players, because I look at our squad right now, there's a lot of players that look to me that don't want to be there. He's a manager that's going to come in straight away and command respect, command discipline. Because he's been there, he's done it. As a player, he's won titles. As a manager, he's won titles. So that's what you need. A manager is going to walk in through the door, and the players are going to look at him and say, you know what? Whoa, that's Xabi Alonso. I'm going to respect him. I'm going to listen to what he's telling me, because he's done it. He's won titles. As a player.
And as a manager.
And as a manager.
Yeah.
That's huge. Because sometimes players, we look at it and think, oh, am I going to respect this guy? Who the fuck is this? But when they see a manager that has been there, done it, straight away, the mentality changes. And that's what I want to see. Those players that, to me, for the past couple of months, has looked disinterested at the football club. I hope that comes back. I want to see Cole Palmer next season. Be the Cole Palmer that we know. If Enzo Fernandez wants to stay, I want to see him stay. But I want to see the quality and everything just improve. Taking it to another level, the consistency. And I also think that Xabi Alonso is a manager that's going to come in and bring in that one thing that we all need, that we deserve at this Chelsea Football Club, right? In this squad that we have right now, which is experience. Players with character, leaders.
Yeah, look at
that's what we need.
Xhaka.
Xabi Alonso, yes, exactly. Bayer Leverkusen, he did it. The first player he brought into the football club was Xhaka.
Yeah.
You need that. You need that player with experience. That character that the players are going to listen to on the pitch, that's going to drag this young squad along with him. So that's what we need. And I'm sure Xabi Alonso has probably identified the experienced players that he's going to bring into the football club. And it's also good to know that I've also listened that the model is going to change a bit. What the owners want to do, what the sporting directors wants to do. Moving from bringing in young players to now going into a bit more of experienced players. Players at the age of 27, 28 years old, that have the experience, played in the Premier League, played in biggest leagues in the world, that can come in with experience and help this young squad, because we do have some amazing, amazing talent in this squad. But it's about the consistency. And consistency comes with experience.
Yeah.
Consistency comes with maturity, experience. And you cannot buy that. You can only build that. And you need the experience and the young. You need that mixture. I've always said it. Every top manager does that. You can win the Premier League absolutely with experience.
Yeah.
Mixture. You cannot win the Premier League. The most difficult league in the world. We've seen again this season. There's always ups and downs. There's always ups and downs. And to be able to manage those ups and downs, you need experience.
Yeah.
You need experience on the pitch, in the dressing room. When things are not going well on the pitch, off the pitch, in the dressing room, you have a leader that can be able to galvanize and keep those young players in check. You absolutely need that. And that's something that I hope this summer, with Xabi Alonso coming in, I hope it works out really well for him because he's a fantastic young manager. He's a brilliant manager. I hope that it works out for him and Chelsea Football Club with these players. We don't want to keep chopping and changing managers. I hope we give him time, but at the same time, we all know that this business is a winning business. You have to win games to stay in this job. And if he comes in and if he doesn't do it, I'm afraid it's a resolved business.
I'm confident, to be fair.
I'm confident. I'm confident. What I saw the game, the final FA Cup final against City, I saw a lot of positive signs. Levi Colwell is pivotal to what we have to do next summer.
Yeah.
Reece James on the pitch is pivotal to what we have to do next summer. Bring in few more experienced players. Bring in a top goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
A top striker that can score goals as well. João Pedro has done fantastic, but we need someone else.
Yeah.
We need someone else. The club knows we need someone else. So I want to see you next season with this manager that we have to go on and build something special, because I think he's a special manager and I think we have a special group of players, young players. What we need is a bit of experience that can come in, help this young squad, take us to the next level. That's what we need. And I'm sure we can be able to achieve that.
With BetWinner, every game is your chance to win. Trust your instinct. Place your bets. Feel the victory. Win with BetWinner.
I want to say to anyone that's maybe new to the podcast, I would direct you towards the episode that we did with Victor Boniface, who was with Xabi at Bayer Leverkusen. Yes. Really good insight. Victor breaks down what Xabi is like off the pitch, on the pitch. He's one of the players. He's really close to the players. He's tactile, tactically very astute as well.
And he can show you how it's done on the pitch as well. He can still play.
Yeah.
He can still pass the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he pings it.
I tell you what as well, you've said something interesting. And I mean this with the greatest of respects to all of the managers that Blue Co have gone for, from Graham Potter to Poch to Enzo. But respectfully, there wasn't a clamour for those three. It wasn't as if there was a line of clubs queuing up for those. Yeah. Xabi, to me, feels like an appointment. It feels like a coup, John. It feels like, he could have done a job for a number of clubs and Chelsea have got him. And I just feel that creates a bit of a buzz. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Listen, that was always who we were. We went out always. Roman Abramovich went out always and got the best. Whoever's the best out there, he went and got him. You are the best. You're the top manager. That's what we want. So for us to do that now, it's a big statement from the owners, from the sporting directors.
No excuses now.
I must say well done to them, because he is the most sought out manager right now.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's in the market. He is the most sought out manager. And his stock are still high. What he did with Bayer Leverkusen and then moving to Real Madrid. Real Madrid is a different kettle of fish. We all know that. It takes all the same managers to be successful at Real Madrid. You lose 1 game, 2 games, you are the worst manager. The whistle comes out, the white towel comes out, they want you out. Real Madrid is a totally different football club. That's why it's the most successful football club in the world. It's run by mafias. It's a mafia football club, and that's who they are. And when he went to Real Madrid, he had to deal with the egos at the football club, Mbappe, Bellingham, and all these guys, who wants to be pampered, and that's who they are. And didn't work out for him.
He was too demanding.
It didn't work out for him. And you cannot discredit that, what he did with Bayer Leverkusen, and obviously what happened at Real Madrid, because Real Madrid, again, like I said, is a total different ball game. But he did win games at Real Madrid, but to handle those players is just so difficult, and he found it difficult doing that. But make no mistake, again though, Chelsea is another top football club. With maybe not same egos like we used to have back in the day.
No, it's back to a Leverkusen type.
Exactly, it's back to Leverkusen. Yes,
players.
Exactly. Really talented young players that he can be able to get the best out of them. He can mold them and get the best out of them. Coupled with few experienced players that he's going to bring in. So I just think I see things working out well for him at Chelsea. I just see that. I see the appointment that's going to work out really well. It's going to be a shame if he doesn't, because I hope he does, because I think for Xabi Alonso, this will be a massive statement if he can be able to get this to work. A club that has been in disarray for many years now, if he can come in and galvanize the whole place and bring some sort of stability, some sort of philosophy, the way we want to play, and just and bring calmness in with the fans, the players, and everything. That's what we need. The negativity all outside the pitch, on the pitch, that needs to be quietened. That needs to go. And he can be able to do that and get the players playing well and get us winning games on the pitch. Everything else takes care of itself.
Yeah, it's true.
You have to win games on the pitch. You have to be successful on the pitch. Does he have the players to do it? Yes. Does he have the quality to get the best out of these players as a manager? Yes. Can we win games? Yes. Can we compete next season in terms of winning the Premier League? Of course we do. We just need few players, experienced players that are going to come in and going to help this young squad. That's what I've been saying for years on this podcast. We have to do that to get back to who we are. We have to do that because, again, we can sing praise about Xabi Alonso and all this. If you don't win games on the pitch, if you're not successful on the pitch,
doesn't matter what he does.
It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. The fans will call for you to go. So I hope and I believe that with this appointment, it's going to work out well for us. And I hope it's given time. And I hope I see you start winning games and being successful again.
Right, final question on Chelsea. Champions League football is a non-starter.
Yeah.
Simply heading into this final weekend of the season, Liverpool, Bournemouth even are too far ahead. So, and I know this might sound counterintuitive, but do Chelsea want to be in Europe next season?
I think for the manager right now, I think for the club, it will be best if we don't make the Champions League is gone, isn't it?
It's gone.
I think knock it on the head.
I'm kind of with you. I actually think in the long term.
Knock it on the head. Long term. Knock it on the head.
And
move on.
Domestic.
Give him domestic football where he can have the time.
On the pitch.
On the pitch. Because the last thing we want is play Thursday and play Sunday. Yeah. That is horrible. I mean, no disrespect to the Europa League.
And the Europa Conference League.
And Europa Conference League.
You've won them anyway.
We've won them anyways. But for what we're trying to do right now, for where we are right now, in the mess that we find ourselves right now, the situation where we find ourselves right now, I think it's best we knock it on the head and just move on and say, you know what? It's best we're not in Europe this season. Give the manager the time on the pitch to be able to install his philosophy to these players, to be able to get the best out of these players. Come on Wednesday and come on a Saturday, we're ready. We're ready to play. They understand what the manager wants them to do. Because what we don't want is the distraction of the Europa League, of Europe right now. If you're not in the Champions League, I just think, no, just forget about it. And build. Use next season to build. And make sure we get into the Champions League next season. And competing, not just to get in competing to win in the Premier League. That's what we have. That's where we have to look at it. That's where we have to look at it.
No excuses.
No excuses. No excuses. Because we've seen Arsenal do it. I don't want in my lifetime to see Arsenal dominate the Premier League and we, Chelsea, we're struggling to make the Champions League. Fuck that. No chance. No chance. We have to get back to that. We have to get back to our DNA, who we are. And that's competing. Being there. Come the last 2-3 weeks of the season, we are there. Oh, Chelsea's mentioned, we're second, we're 1 point, 2 points behind. That's who we are. Competing, we're top of the league. We want to see that. We have the players to do that. We have the quality to do that. We just have to get our house in order. And that starts from the top. That starts from the top. And I'm glad they've gone out now. They've made changes. They've gone to coach, to manager. Now they want to go to bring in some experienced players, which is what we've been crying for so many years. And now they're listening, which is good. They're listening, which is good. And I want to see them continue to make changes because when you buy a football club, You have to be open to making changes. The only way you can be successful is by making changes, looking at what's not working and listening to the fans and making those changes. And I'm glad they've done that.
Another player that we've got to touch on. I know this episode's probably going into uncharted territory, might be the longest episode ever, but mate, I've got to get, because this fella's a friend of yours. And I don't know where I sit with this. Well, I do. I want to know what your thoughts are. Mo Salah, after Liverpool's 4-2 defeat on Friday to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
He then gets onto his social media accounts. He doesn't speak often, Mo.
No, he doesn't. No.
But when he does, he has a right good whinge. Jesus, John.
Yeah, he does.
He's a worse whinger than José, I think. Sorry, José. But he hasn't named Arne Slot, but it's pretty obvious, by and large, who his diatribe was directed to. He's talked about the need to go back to heavy metal football. That's the DNA of Liverpool. It always should be. There should be no allowances made for anyone that wants to move away from that. And then the other thing as well, a number of players, Andy Robertson, Dominic Soboslai, a lot of people liking that post as well. The timing of it, John, his big farewell this weekend. Liverpool still need a result to be guaranteed of Champions League football. What do you make of it all?
More. Listen, absolutely lovely guy, fantastic guy. A guy that I played with for a few years. And then, of course, listen, Mo Salah has had it tough. And to go on to achieve what he's achieved in his career is absolutely monumental. It's fantastic. He's had it tough. He was rejected by so many big clubs, especially us. And to go out there and find a way to push yourself, to get better, to say to yourself, you know what, I am going to make this. I am going to become one of the greatest players that's played in the Premier League. To have that mentality.
Yeah, fair.
To have that desire to do that and be who he is today. Credit to the kid. Credit to him now. He's a man now. Credit to him. And I just think sometimes what has happened with him and Liverpool, you have to understand. I said it this season. We all have to be careful the way we criticize this Liverpool side. And I said it, and I still stand by it. And I've called for the manager to be given one more season. Not just what has happened on the pitch, not just the way they've played this season, but the tragedy that we know that happened. I know I keep coming back to that. But a year is not enough to all of a sudden to forget about a player that is so loved by everybody in the team, the staff, the players. A player that always came in the last 10, 15 minutes, wins you a game, gets you a goal. The manager always look back. Diego Jota comes in and does the business. I'm sure in that dressing room, his locker is maybe empty right now. I assume. And for you to walk in there every day, look at that, and with the emotion, with the feelings, and everything that happened, it will affect, it doesn't matter who you are. A player, we're all human beings at the end of the day. A lot of those players were very, very close to him. Mo Salah in particular.
He was, yeah.
Very close. And I've said it here so many times. I will be careful. And also when you look at him now, some of the things he's doing is not like we say he doesn't speak that much. So I look at it and I think some of it is emotions.
Oh, no doubt.
It's the way he's feeling. Things that happen this season. Losing somebody that's very, very close to him. And then being dropped by the club, by the manager, and not saying anything to him. A player who's broken record, one of your best players in the squad.
He felt disrespected.
That will have a massive knock-on effect on him. Mentally, emotional-wise.
Yeah.
And when I look at Mo Salah this season, that's what I see. He looks, to me, a player who needs a hug. He needs a hug. He needs love. That's what he needs. And he felt he hasn't gotten that from this Liverpool side. Not the managers, not the owners.
Yeah, he said he was...
There was something that is missing that he felt that he didn't get.
He felt that he was...
he felt that he's been left out there to dry. He's been thrown under the bus.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I can understand where he's coming from. Some of the things he's saying, again, like I said, I'm not really in support of it, but
you can see.
I can see where he's coming from. I can see the effect of what happened in the summer. I can see all that bubbling up. And the explosion is what we see when he speaks. The emotion is what we see when he speaks. He's a lovely guy. He's a fantastic human being. I know Mo Salah really well. I was lucky enough to be close to him when he was at Chelsea. So that's what I see. The timing of his statement again now, maybe not the right one because the club is fighting to qualify for the Champions League. Maybe not. But again, he's a person that wants to see the club gets back to being successful.
You could argue that, yes.
Winning. He's seen where the club is going, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't feel that the club is going the right direction, maybe with the manager or the style of play. He wants to see them get back to that. The heavy metal football that we know Jurgen Klopp loves to play. The fans absolutely love that way of playing football. They don't like the way Arne Slot is. It's quite slow. Yeah. They have the ball, they dominate the game, but it's very slow. And Mo Salah feels like that is not the Liverpool way. The fans feel like it's not the Liverpool way. So everything he said, it's not bad. It's just not the right timing. But he wants to see the club get back to winning. He wants to see the club get back to winning titles and being competitive. So for me, with Mo Salah, I will end this Liverpool side. I will be very careful. Again, very, very careful with the way we criticize them. And Arne Slot has done well. He came in first season with what has happened. Jurgen Klopp leaving as well. That's another one. Jurgen Klopp leaving as well. And some of these players are his players.
And he won
leaving.
the league.
And he won the league. And then the Jota incident happened. And the Jota tragedy happened. So there's so many things that's going on in this Liverpool team. Give them this season, like I said. Now it's done. Judge the manager next season. Okay. Judge these players next season. I think from next season, we can be able to say, this is where Arne Slot is. This is where these players are. That's when we can be able to judge them. But right now, I will be very careful in terms of how we judge them.
I want an honest answer here. You're Arne Slot. You see that post from Mo Salah. Forget the emotion of it. Forget Mo Salah's frustrations. You're Arne Slot. You see that.
Why do you want to forget about the emotions, though?
No, I'm saying just what Arne
does. Emotions in human beings is so important. You see, that's the thing. We don't talk about it a lot because we're men, because we can't just swallow emotions. Some people are not very good at that. Some people like to vent it out, and they don't know how to vent it out in the right way.
Yes.
And maybe Mo Salah doesn't, because maybe he doesn't know how to, doesn't speak a lot, as we all know. But maybe now he finds out, you know what? I'm off anyways.
I know, but
okay. I know so I'm off anyways. It's not the right way. It's not the right way to go about it and say, you know what? I'm just going to throw everyone on the bus and vent it this way. But again, like I said, I can understand some of his emotions, and I believe he's not happy. Look at Mo Salah. He's not happy.
But the one thing I would say, at what point does he take, you talk about it a lot, accountability and responsibility for his own performances. It's, I'm being made a scapegoat. This club needs to be back playing heavy metal football. I know you've been great. You've been consistent week in, week out. But where have you been this season? To your point, though, the emotion of it. But I want to come back to this question. You're Arne Slot. What do you do on Sunday off the back of that statement and the timing of it? Do you say, like you've said there, a lot of emotions involved. I'm going to start him. He'll get his send-off.
He's injured, isn't he?
No.
Is he back?
He's back.
Ooh.
Do you leave him on the bench and bring him on for his little wave goodbye, 5 minutes
Or
to
you
go?
don't bring him on at all?
Or do you? Because again, John, you've been in these environments. I have not. Arne Slot has got a massive decision to make because fundamentally, whether you like it or not, Mo Salah has disrespected Arne Slot with that post. The timing of it and the wording of it. It's essentially saying Arne Slot is not in keeping with the Liverpool traditions. So Arne Slot now says, right, what do? Do I start Mo and look weak to the players? That ostensibly says it's acceptable for you to do that. Or does he say, Mo, not on my watch, you've disrespected me?
Got it. My reply to this is, what Mo Salah said is what every Liverpool fan is thinking. They don't like the style of football.
No.
Nobody likes it.
No.
No Liverpool fan likes it.
They'd like it if they were winning, perhaps.
Sorry?
Right.
But even when they won the league last year, they didn't really like it because it was slow. It was, they had the position of the ball, but it was a little bit slow. But again, I'm saying, be careful of how we judge this team. Be careful how we criticize. But when coming back to your question in terms of does he start him, does he bring him on, does he not play him at all? I think this is where the club, not the manager, the club make a stand. The club has to decide when it comes to that. The club has to decide.
José,
What he has given you for years, he's won them titles. He's absolutely won them titles, Chris. He's scored goals. He's broken records upon records there for Liverpool. This is where the club will have to override the manager and say, you know what? He's leaving and he's been a brilliant servant to this football club. What he has given to us, to this community, to these fans, to this football club, you have to bring him on. I don't care whether you cannot leave him on the bench for the whole game. It's impossible. Doesn't matter what he said. You have to bring him on, whether you start him or you bring him on. He has to get his farewell. He has to get that right. He has to get whatever he has to get from the fans. Has to. Because he's earned that right. He's absolutely earned that right. And some people sit there on TV and criticize. Again, I don't want to go into all this.
No.
Calling them the Mo Salehs. Yeah. Listen. Put your mouth where, how do you call it? Put your money where your mouth is, right?
Yeah. I wondered where you go with that.
Exactly. And Mo Salah did it. People, when they speak on the TV, did you achieve that? No. Did you? No.
But
Don't speak. Don't speak.
Let's do a bit of role play. If that was Didier Drogba doing that and Jose Mourinho was the boss, you and I both know.
He will get a phone call from Roman Abramovich.
Who would? Jose?
He will. Jose will get a phone call from Roman Abramovich. I promise you that. He will get a phone call from Roman Abramovich or from Marina Granovskaya.
To say you've got to play him.
Yes. When it comes to that, there's few things that owners can override the managers. There's few things that is this important. This is huge. A player who served the Chris. Players, we give everything. Now you look at it as yes, he said what he said. Yes, he's a man. Yes, he's a guy. He has to deal with whatever's happening. He also has emotions. He has family. He has kids. He has a wife. He has all this. And he's an emotional guy. We all have emotions.
Yeah, but you got to
don't only look at it about the football. In some situation, you have to look beyond the game. You have to look beyond football. And I think this is a situation whereby the owners will pick up the phone and say, he's leaving. He plays. I don't care whether you start him or not. He comes in and he gets his farewell, whatever you call it. He has to. Mo Salah has to.
I think.
Has he dented a little bit of his farewell with the fans and everybody at the club? Maybe a little bit. But he's voiced out what he wants to say. And what he wants to say, it doesn't matter how you look at the whole, what he said, everything he said. It's somebody that wants to see the club get back to winning ways. It's somebody that loves the football club. It's somebody that cares about the football club. That can see that the football club is drifting away from what the identity is. The culture of the football club. He wants to see them return back to that. Playing the Liverpool way. Winning the Liverpool way. Competing the Liverpool way. Because it doesn't matter what you think about Mo Salah right now. He's a Scouser.
Yeah.
He's a Liverpoolian, or whatever you call it.
Liverpoolian, yeah.
He is. Because he will be adored. He's adored by those fans. And so he should. For years to come. He will walk back to that club in years to come. Yeah. And the fans will absolutely adore him. He's Mo Salah. You can put him in the same category now as Steven Gerrard and the rest of them. He's earned that right. So, this is where the owners pick up the phone. Arne Slot, he plays. Whether you start him or not, last 10 minutes, up to you. But
he gets his
I think Mo Salah deserves to be on that pitch.
I tell you, this whole situation, I'll be staggered if Arne Slot makes it to Christmas. And with a bad result of the weekend, I still would not rule out
a lot of people still think he's not going to be there next season. He's come out and said, I will be here next season.
If Brentford go there on Sunday and turn them over.
Turn them over.
And the whole atmosphere.
Oh, the atmosphere, the negativity. The fans don't want him to stay anyways. So you're talking about Mo Salah saying something. Listen, a lot of time people think about stuff, but the only people who get criticized is when you come out and you say what everyone is thinking. And I feel that's what Mo Salah said. Is the timing of it okay? Maybe not. The timing of it is not right. I agree with you on that. But that is how he feels, and that's what he wanted to say. But I can bet you 1,000% what Mo Salah said is what every Liverpool fan is thinking.
Yeah.
So, and I still don't believe that Arne, like you said, if Brentford go there and turn them over, the negativity, the atmosphere in the stadium, around the whole place, it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
And I think that's when the fans start calling for him to be fired. But I still don't believe he's going to be there next season. He's come out and say, yes, I will be, but the club has not come out and confirmed it. So let's wait and see what happens.
Let's wait and see. And I think Andoni Iraola would be a really good fit.
Oh, what he's done with Bournemouth. Oh, my word. What he's done with Bournemouth. Apart from giving Arsenal the title yesterday. Touche. Apart from giving Arsenal the title last night.
He's done.
But what a guy. Oh. What an absolute fantastic manager. I mean, to do that with the budget, what he has. Not losing 1, 2, 3 top players. One went to PSG, the defender went to PSG. Real Madrid, centre-back, Kerkes, Liverpool, Gay.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Semenyo City.
Oh, Semenyo City, yeah. Absolutely fantastic job he's done there. Absolutely. He can go, listen, Mikel Arteta has won the Premier League. But I don't believe he should be the manager of the season.
Iraola.
I don't believe that. I think Iraola, with what he's done, Oliver Glasner, what they are doing with the budget that they have, the circumstances of what they have, the players that they've lost. You know, Oliver Glasner won the FA Cup last season. Now he's taking them to the Conference League final. Incredible achievement.
Iraola 6th. They've lost only 7 games.
They haven't lost in 17 games now. 17. They have not lost a game. And you look at the team, the players. I don't even know their names.
Unbelievable.
But the way they are playing, I watched them last night. That's when you talk about a manager having a philosophy. Every player knows what to do. They want to play out for it. Doesn't matter. They played against City yesterday. They were playing out from the back. They know exactly what they were doing. From the left-hand side, the combination that they have on that left hand, it was absolutely joy to watch. And they played really, really well yesterday. City had their moments. City played well, but not good enough. I felt City didn't play well enough yesterday. Maybe obviously because of the situation, the announcement of Pep Guardiola and everything, the whole, everything that happened, atmosphere. But Bournemouth, what they are doing, what Andoni Iraola has done this season, he deserves to walk into a massive, massive job next season. And I hope he does that.
With BetWinner, every game is your chance to win. Trust your instinct. Place your bets. Feel the victory. Win with BetWinner.
Yeah, watch this space. Maybe Liverpool, if this weekend goes wrong for Slow. Right, John, we started not celebrating the red half of North London. We didn't do that. We started by giving our props and our flowers to Arsenal. I want to finish.
They deserve it. Listen, they deserve it, Arsenal. But what my thing is, he's built a brilliant squad. He's built a fantastic team. They've won the Premier League. Now they're in the Champions League finals. That is absolutely a huge success from Mikel Arteta and those players. Congratulations to them. They deserve it.
You've done it. You just said it.
They've done it. No. They've done it. They've done it. Congratulations. Shake hands. My dad always used to tell me, don't be a salt loser. When you lose, shake hands and move on. Tomorrow, you work harder to come back to beat the same person or whoever is going to stand on your way. That's the way I look at life. And that's the way I look at this situation. Arsenal has won. As a Chelsea fan, this is the last thing I want to see. Arsenal winning the Premier League. But is this a one-off thing? We know in the next 10 years, we're not going to hear the end of this. We walk around with our like with the
fingers in the...
For the next 10 years, we're not going to hear the end of it.
We're
not going to hear the end of it. I promise you that. I hope it's not a one-off thing. They can be, because they have this squad. They have this squad to be able to do that. But you can play this way and win once. And I expect them to play this way again and go on to win the Premier League. And one thing I have to say before we finish this episode is whoever is in charge of VAR, whoever is in charge of these situations, they have to look at themselves. Yeah, they have to look at the whole situation this season and look at it and assess the whole situation, assess what they've done, as everybody does, right? In your job. End of the season, you assess the whole situation. And you review and think, what have we done right? What have we done wrong? How can we improve? I don't want to sit and be so critical of what they've done. VAR is good. The VAR is good. But it is there to get these decisions absolutely correct. Otherwise, why is it there? Correct. The reason why it's been brought into the game is to make sure these decisions are got absolutely correct. But so far, this season, they absolutely bottled it. They absolutely failed getting the right decisions correct. Because I can see so many decisions. Inconsistency. They say, the foul, the force is not too high. It's not. They're pulling, the drag. The handball is. I don't understand. For the love of God. That you have a VAR. You have a video right in front of you.
And you
still get it absolutely wrong. Baffles me. Absolutely baffles me. I don't understand. When it's taking you 5 minutes to make a decision, they've come out and said, when it's clear and obvious. What is clear and obvious?
Shouldn't take you 5 minutes.
It shouldn't take you 5 minutes.
That's not clear and obvious.
That's not clear and obvious.
No, it's not.
It's like you're digging. When you're taking 5 minutes it's like you're looking for. Where is that? Where is that?
There it is. Yeah.
There it is. Then you get a phone call from somebody fucking Stockley Park. Sitting in Manchester, where the game is being played in London. And he calls the decision. Absolutely not correct. Because this game, the Premier League, is huge. The money involved in it, the emotions involved in it, everything that comes with the Premier League is huge.
Too big.
You cannot be getting those decisions wrong. Now, I'm not here to say that the league was handed to Arsenal or whatever. But that call against West Ham, for years to come, will be debated.
Yeah, it will.
Was it a foul? Yes.
It's just the inconsistency.
100%.
But not only that, John.
The inconsistency is what kills me. Because that has been happening.
The Gabriel headbutt in Haaland.
The Gabriel headbutt in Haaland.
No red card.
No red card.
No 3-match ban.
That is what you have VAR to see. Even if he didn't, the impact was not there. But the intent was there.
Yeah.
You have a VAR that's going to look and say, hold on a minute. The intent was there. If that landed on Haaland's face, that's going to knock him out. That's a red card. The foul Kai Havertz, it's a red card. Stone cold red card. Why do you get those decisions absolutely wrong at the critical, crucial time?
Yeah.
They have to look at it. Next season, the whole corner kick shenanigans, WWE that's happening before the ball is kicked.
Royal Rumble.
Has to be stopped.
And it will. I think it will.
Has to be stopped, Chris. They have to do something about it. Because otherwise, they're ruining the game. The game is going to be ruined. Because every other team is going to start doing that. You don't want to see Arsenal doing that next season. You don't want to see another team doing that next season. Because for me, it says in the rule, when you impede the goalkeeper coming out to do his job, it's a foul. And you can look through all the corner kicks. Not
just Arsenal.
Not just Arsenal.
Yeah, the consistency.
But most of it, Arsenal. Yeah. Most of it is Arsenal. They started it. They absolutely started it. But then everybody else started doing it. They have to clamp down on it. They have to stop it. That's what I have to say about it.
Right, last one. Tottenham or West Ham, because that's the biggest battle now in the final day. Tottenham need a point at home to Everton. West Ham need to beat Leeds and hope that their former manager, David Moyes, and Everton win at Spurs Final day, that's the one I'm watching. I'm watching those two, John. Who goes down?
You mean Spurs and West Ham?
Yeah.
So Spurs play...
Spurs at home to Everton.
Yep.
West Ham at home to Leeds.
Ooh.
West Ham need to win. Anything but a win and Spurs stay in the division. West Ham win, they then have to hope that Tottenham lose at home to Everton. And you've got to go all the way back.
And they're both playing at home?
They're both at home. Last time Spurs won a game at home, Thomas Frank was manager. And that seems like a lifetime.
When you put it that way, it doesn't help, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Listen.
What a season.
Roberto De Zerbi has come in and he's done a fantastic job. I must say. Yes, they haven't won a lot of games.
2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats.
Yeah, but you can see there's something there. You can see the mentality, the way they played. Something has changed. Something has changed. And that's a positive sign. When you see something has changed, that's a positive sign. And watching the West Ham game and seeing the way they played against Newcastle, shocking. Absolutely shocking.
They were terrible.
You cannot go. You're fighting. You're struggling to stay in the league. And you concede what? You concede 2-3?
2 in the first 20.
In the first 20 minutes. Unbelievable.
So you don't think...
Unbelievable. Both teams right now, they need to find a way to win. They have to find a way to win. It's as simple as that. They have to win games. If I look at both teams, who do I see that has a little bit, there's something there, is Spurs. There's something about Spurs that's looking like they might survive this. West Ham, look, they're all over the fucking place. They are all over the fucking place, West Ham. The game against Arsenal, yes, they did come back. They played okay. But it just looks like Spurs will be the ones. I think they will get something against Everton, especially when they're playing at home. Last game of the season, the fans there, everybody screaming, shouting, pushing the players. I just think Spurs might be the one. Leeds are not easy team to play against. Very awkward team to play against.
No guarantee West Ham.
No guarantee West Ham, So
Yeah,
Leeds are a very, very difficult side to play against. They've done well now. They've escaped the relegation. They're safe. So, but they're not going to make it easy for West Ham. So difficult to call because especially when it's the last game of the season, you have the fans there, you have the family there, everybody's there, everybody wants to come on the pitch at the end of the emotions are going to be high. And knowing that your family is, everybody's there, your kids are there, they're waiting to come on the pitch. Are they going to come on the pitch celebrating, or are they going to come on the pitch crying and thinking, wow, we're going to play in the championship next season? The emotion that's going to be running high that day is going to be absolutely monumental. It's going to be huge. And then it comes down to who is able who's very good in terms of dealing with it, with emotions, because it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. The emotions, you have to deal with that. You have to try to perform, knowing that this is the game that if you lose, you play championship next season. So huge for both sides.
West Ham to go down, Spurs to stay up.
I think Spurs stay up.
Okay.
I think Spurs stay up. I think Spurs will beat Everton.
Given the fact that this season everything has gone the way of Arsenal, I think Spurs are going to get relegated. And it's going to be the greatest season in Arsenal's history. Right.
Well, they win the Premier League, and then Spurs go down, and Chelsea are all over the fucking place.
I mean, they couldn't have scripted it any better.
You can't script that any better.
Absolutely not. Right, we're going to be back next week to review, of course, the final weekend of the season. Well done. I'll say it again to the team in red.
But you're still bottlers, though.
I don't think they are now, John. They've proved that they're not, and they may well yet win.
We enjoyed the banter. Indeed. It was good banter this season. The Arsenal fans, they enjoyed it. Credit to them. Celebrate, enjoy it. And right. See you next season. We're going to be back. Chelsea, we're going to be back. And for sure. Mike, I'll see you next week. Yep. Right, good. Right, that is it from us. Taking a Mikel, brought to you by Bet Winner. It's been a long episode, this. Hope you enjoyed it. Ta-ra for now.